you were circling the drain for a while, and then everybody kind of came back up to us. So my question is, I read somewhere that you two were kind of based the characters on two women. I just wondered if you based John on. And then I liked what Charles said in the cafe. It almost felt like it was some sort of quote. So I wondered if that was based on something or if that was just part of it.
Well, let's run it backwards. Which line that Charles said in that?
When he was talking to John, and he was basically saying,
Is he saying like it's about clarity?
yeah.
Clarity? Shit doesn't mean shit
Yeah.
unless it means shit, and it doesn't mean shit unless you need it to mean shit to get shit done.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I wrote it.
Very profound. And then did you base John on anything?
There's a certain, I mean, I guess at the core of it, I base it on, I mean, I'm not that creative. It's on me, I guess. I mean, but me, better looking and, look cooler. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I didn't even think about who I was basing John on. I was basing the story on a feeling, and it was a feeling that, obviously I felt, so I wanted to embody a feeling with the movie, and I got that opportunity through this experience. And,
That's what transcended is the feeling.
what I really enjoyed tonight about I watched the movie with you guys tonight, and it's like every time this movie plays, it's dependent on the air in the room and the energy in the room, and it takes on. It's like a mirror on some level, and it just, the way that the audience interacts with the movie is what creates the experience of watching the film. And tonight was just so lovely. It just, you could feel it. I mean, I really appreciate that. I appreciate people's attention to it all.
What is that name for some of the where they show you the blocks and tell what they are? That's what Gen really is. The experience of watching it is so, I've found, you can watch it and it's like
Comedy.
And it's a tragedy.
At the premiere,
And then it's a
last night, it was
butterfly.
hilarious. And yet,
Yeah, it's just, it's funny. I mean, I just kind of find that people that don't like this movie, I don't really like them.
Okay. Next question.
Camera was cheaper than therapy for the group actually, and unfortunately, I'm in a profession where I was seeing the characters. That's really tragic, very poignant, because I could just know what's happening, dealing with it in real lifetimes, and just things like the hug. That was just like, the first time therapy, I felt that was very important. And at times I felt things were more funny, but I felt guilty laughing because I have no patience of I also want to ask about Christian imagery, especially the comment of Jesus Inc. I was thinking like Jesus Inc. I'm thinking, oh, that's fair, and then it's just like, so I had a conflict there, but still I really loved it.
What was your conflict exactly?
Like I said, Jesus Inc. on anything makes it better, and the comment was, well, my mom's just gonna put Jesus Inc. on it, and then she would just block out what the response was, her experience, and so, but that was the only thing that I didn't, necessarily gel with, but everything else I thought.
No, I'm like that's wonderful. That you noticed that. It's such a little tiny line, and what I was just trying to explain who her mother was, like in a very momentary way, without. I mean, in that line.
No, I'm gonna steal the line. I'm just gonna use it in a.
Yeah, okay.
Tattoo in Jesus' name.
could be really pretty.
Go ahead.
I have two, one for Keanu and one for Mr. Man. How hard was it to work with the squirrels?
Yeah, they're really natural. Squirrels are really in the moment. But they're, you know, Thompson Square Park squirrels, so like they're hip. They're cool. Like they look at you, then they just kind of get bored of you, and they just kind of do their thing. So, what was the other part?
Is this sort of like a correlation between Finding Heaven? It's kind of like a sequel to Finding Heaven? What? And finishing it? Okay. And if you were to write a sequel to this Generation what would the story like be like, and which character do you think would like capitalize that?
I wish Boyana was here because she's got a great answer for that. You know, personally, with the first part, the second part's more fun to answer. Like the finishing Heaven and this, I do think there is a relationship, and I appreciate you asking. No, Finishing Heaven was my first film, and it was a documentary about a guy who spent 40 years trying to finish his first film. And he's a very funny guy, and it drifts into his relationship with him and his ex-girlfriend, and like they have a 40-year thing, and like he just can't finish this movie. And you kind of drift into their lives, and it just sort of becomes a study in blockage, which I think this is also a study in blockage. It's sort of at a different point in the continuum. So I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel, but it's the theme, I think, is similar. It's a different, that's the last few years, that's been something that I've been working through, I guess, and that's what I'm attracted to. And actually, Robert is sitting next to Keanu in the bar, seeing the older guy who Violet pushed